Well, for the first time in league history, it's a rematch of the ECHL Kelly Cup Finals as the Idaho Steelheads welcome the defending champions, the Florida Everblades, here tonight for Game 1. Hello, Steelheads fans. Cam McGuire here, sitting alongside Steelheads head coach Everett Sheen. Well, Sheener, if I told you you'd be in this spot earlier back in October, what would you tell me?
I'd say, that we had a good chance, but it's a long season and we'd have to work. But now that we're sitting here and it's coming to fruition, it's a pretty cool experience.
The way that you guys have been able to do it this season too, right? You are the regular season champions, head into the playoffs, you battle some adversity and you fight through it in that Utah series, and you do so really in all three rounds. Just talk about the way that you guys have been able to get here.
Yeah, that first series I think really benefited us, actually, facing that adversity early and being able to claw our way out of that one and get it done, and also gave us a nice boost of confidence going into Allen. And then that series had its challenges of its own, kind of rough and tumble series there, and just all season long our group has found different ways to win hockey games. 58 regular season wins, they're not all going to be pretty. Some of them are going to be very simple, boring games, and other are going to be fast, exciting games. So I think our guys have done a tremendous job preparing themselves for the playoffs here with multiple ways to win games.
We've talked at length now about the Utah series, about the Allen series, but I really want to get into the Western Conference Finals against Toledo. And, a lot of people had you guys as the underdog heading into that series. How did you guys handle that?
We almost would say taken a little bit personally. You got the regular season champion going in as an underdog. They were a very good team, very good goaltenders, some high-end offensive firepower there, but we felt we deserved a little bit more credit than we were given going into that series, and kind of used it as a little bit of motivation.
You look at that series too, you guys go in there on Wednesday night with a 2-0 series lead. You ultimately fall Wednesday night, allowing 4 unanswered goals, but you bounce back mightily with a 4-3 win on Friday and a series clinching win 5-1 on Saturday. In an environment too that was pretty rocking, pretty loud in there. I mean, how did you guys handle that atmosphere?
I think the first game there, that Wednesday, was kind of a little bit of a shock. I mean, we knew going in what environment it's going to be, but I think our guys were kind of like taken aback. But then going from there, we experienced it. We know what it's going to be. I thought we did a tremendous job just refocusing on that day off and getting ready for that Friday game, and coming out, and it almost had flashbacks to the Wednesday game. We're up 4-2 and they scored the third goal to make it 4-3, but our guys buttoned it down and did whatever it took to ultimately get that series 3-1. And then game 5, Toledo came out with a big push themselves, and we weathered it. We were very efficient in our goal scoring, if you will.
Yeah.
Which was nice. And then we came out, and our third period was probably the best period we played all series long. Just be able to come out and just kind of really take control and shut it down.
Throughout the regular season and the playoffs as well, you talk about finding different ways to win, and I want to look at the series clinching games this year. You guys are 3-0 now. You look back to the overtime win in Utah, a dominant performance, 6-0 in round 2 against Allen. And like you just mentioned right there, probably the best period that you've seen in Saturday's game in Utah, 5-1. How have you guys been so dominant in those series clinching games?
I mean, in our division, you're playing a team 3 times in a week. And we were fortunate enough to have quite a few 3-game sweeps throughout the regular season, so I think that actually really helps us. It's tough to beat a team 3 times in a row in the regular season, and obviously it's tough to close out a series, but I think just that experience throughout the regular season of winning the first 2 games, looking to close out the third. And I always thought our Saturday games, especially at home, were by far our best of all the series. So I think that was just a product of our regular season and building towards the playoffs.
You mentioned it yesterday on the radio. You look back to that Worcester series in early December. Since then, you guys have been the #1 team throughout the regular season, continued into playoffs. How have you guys handled that pressure in terms of everyone kind of chasing you down, and you have had a target on your back, but you've been able to dodge it?
Well, we've talked about it as a group. It's a privilege to be in the situation we find ourselves now, and we're in the regular season. And I think our guys just really embraced it. You can either let that pressure crack you or really sharpen you and build you up, and I think that's what our guys have really focused on and embraced.
You look back, I have to keep reminding myself, this is a team that missed the playoffs last year, one of the best turnarounds ever in league history. You guys set the league record for most wins and points, and you've continued to have success here in playoffs. When you look back at the last year and a half, just describe to us the turnaround.
It's been awesome. Last year was tough missing playoffs. I truly think we had a good team. Just some unfortunate events down the stretch. We didn't quite have all the right pieces, I'd say. So we just took a step back and looked at our group last year, and brought back a very good core from last year, and made a few upgrades where we thought we could. And going in, if you would have told me you were going to break the regular season record, I'd be like, no, not a chance. But I knew we were going to have a very good team, and a team that plays the identity that we want them to.
Looking to bring the third Kelly Cup here to Boise, the first since 2007. I mean, what does that mean for you and this group?
That's very exciting. To be able to be in this opportunity here and in this moment is it's a pretty incredible feeling, and it's special, especially with a special group of guys. But it's going to be tough. We're playing the defending champs. They have some experience, a well-coached team, so it's going to be a very good series.
You've been in this league now as a player for a handful of years, as an assistant coach and a head coach. I mean, it's not every year you get to a point like this. What's it going to take to provide those 4 wins and bring a championship back here to Idaho?
As cliche it is, just to take it one game at a time, one day at a time. As long as we stick to our identity, I think we'll be just fine. But really enjoy the moment as well, enjoy the process. Because like you said, it's not every year you get to this point in the season. So really take it by day and really enjoy the ride here for the next 2 weeks and play some good hockey.
Lastly here, you're playing the defending Kelly Cup champs, a team that you never saw in the regular season. You did play them last year, actually down in Florida, and they have a handful of players back from last year's team. I mean, what have you been able to pick up on them in terms of your guys' pre-scout?
They're a very structured team. We're going to have to work to generate our opportunities. We're going to have to be heavy in the D zone. Playing them last year, there's a few similarities from their game from last year we saw them. But no, like I said, it's going to be a good test. They got good goaltending, good D, good forwards, and it's going to be a good one.
Well, there you have it. Game 1 here tonight, followed by Game 2 tomorrow at 4:10 p.m. before the series shifts down to Florida for the next 3 games. You can head to idahosteelheads.com for all the information. Coach, as always, thanks for the time and best of luck here tonight.
Thanks a lot, Cam.